Hi, Karamjeet here. Hello. Okay, my previous FB live ID, it's a bit of problem which I've been trying to get it up. So here I am. No, it's fine. This one was alright. Thanks. Okay. Blessings of love. My name is Karamjeet. I think most of you know this, and I am a self-love specialist coach. So today this is my first live FB, and I know I did give you guys the FB ID, but somehow or other there's some problem. Sorry for the little delay here. So how you guys been? And today's show is all about having a teacher. So it's 3 o'clock, but I'm just gonna have my favorite drink. Are you guys having your coffee or tea? So yeah, please wave your online, and this is a teacher with me in regards to loving who you are. So really looking forward, waiting for you all to come in so I could start more. Thank you for loving the live video. Thank you so much. My job is to empower self-love. So loving who you are. You're welcome to ask me questions. Any questions that you want to ask in regards that what is exactly self-love, and or what do I do? What is this loving yourself matter? You know, so you can ask me any questions anytime. And let's start with this, that I know you know how to love yourself. In fact, everybody thinks they know how to love. I'm not saying it's wrong, but what matters is when you love yourself, it's you really got to look inside, not only on the physical section that all of us think that is always got to do with the physical section. What matters here is loving who you are. Is like whatever you are, how you look physically, all the emotions you carry, or either that the way you speak, you know, and the way you portray yourself to people, your relationships or anything, you got to accept yourself 100%. I mean, generally I come across that many of my clients and the people that I coach, they do have sometimes a certain difference of you know, a resistance of themselves. Oh, I wish I was like this, you know, I wish I was like this person. Oh, I wish I can be this person. Oh, I wish I can be that person, you know. But by wishing that, you're only projecting that the lackness that you have inside you. So what is important, that to really accept the way you are. That's very, very important. So you have two sides. All of us do, the bad and the good. So what is your role in that is to completely accept both sides. The good side is your strength, and the other side is your weakness. And the bad is not of like totally, it's something that holds you back from who you are. You see, it's just something that you need to overcome from there. And when you need to overcome from there, it's because that it has been there for you. It's a challenge. We can say there's a borderline of your emotions or thoughts that you have been holding, which is your inner self is not happy, you know, that hey, she's still having or he's still having this thought, so why is things not happening? Self-love is very much relates towards your own awareness of yourself, your concentration, your focus inside, not outside. That matters the most. So when you know that you have this borderline to overcome, that's where your self-love works. Most of us like kind of like giving up. Oh, I'm getting fed up, this is not gonna happen, you know, that kind of thing. So today I'm just going to share you that about my books. So let's start. This is my first book. Truly Love Me was out in 2016, and Truly Love Me was an inspiration. It took me 3 years to actually write this. And I was not ready to become an author. It's just something just happened along the way. I always wanted to be motivator. Of course I want to be a motivational speaker, so this is my first inspiration. Now Truly Love Me, it's about my facts of life and how I empower people and all that. Yeah. Then came my I had an opportunity with Dr. Jerry. She is a Quill Award winner, where she actually won an award for her book, which she shared co-author with Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup Soul book. So and she came up with this opening to all authors who's interested writer. So this is my second book, is calling Earth Angel Healers. And in this book, that actually it's comprehensive all healers and earth angels that actually they have experience of their techniques and methods, and that could help many people out there. So my story is inside here. So I'm thrilled to share that this is the second book that I've written, and this book is amazingly, there are I think about 18 or 19 authors or therapies or hypnotherapies, all the specialists that more natural therapies, holistic way. So this book has comprehensive all that. So you want to get this book, you can get it from our clinic or you can PM me. Okay. Now then I decided to revise my Truly Love Me. This is Truly Love Me book, and Truly Love Within, sorry. Truly Love Within is an added where I have added the self-love technique of the 3 steps and how can you end it. So there's extra chapters. That's why I revised it, because many people were asking me the questions that what are the way that we can improvise ourselves. Okay, so I'm going to actually read out from the book here. 1 second. Now this is chapter 15, Believe Within. All right, so all right, chapter 15 is Believe Within. Okay, and I'm going to read out to you 1 or 2 paragraphs from here, and if you have any questions you can actually ask me. It's kind of a little long, but that's what it is. So I'm going to read out here. We all know where beliefs comes from, right? Sometimes many believe in only creating the self-defense power of belief that you are fully true love. My meaning of self-defense in that at times we want to secure our old beliefs that make us feel confidence within us. I realize we need to analyze within ourselves. What exactly did I do to get these old belief patterns? We have to work moment to moment to see the results we are getting and the change, the belief that no longer resonates with ourselves. My personal experience to change a belief of being loved unconditionally by others requires an immense amount of belief of being in love with own self. As I asked previously, what is the purpose of my life? Now I know that everybody that has these trigger questions often. I depend on individual purpose of destiny. So if you like asking this question, do press on. It will ignite within more than find an answer, which is good. There's just 2 paragraphs that I have read. Now, this comprehensive on belief pattern, when I was mentioning about that you have to loving who you are between the good and the bad side of yours. It's all about believing what is your capability. So this is one of the chapter where it's, of course, I shared my personal experience and how this chapter is makes a difference to a person. Now, why we say belief matters, for example, that if you believe, again I'm coming about, you're not good enough, so naturally that is where that will become you over the way. So you have to find a way how to keep believing in you. That is very important. So believing inside you brings out the real true you. I hope you believe me in that. So when you believe inside you so much, there is no impossibility exist in your dictionary. I have many people say that, Karam, you're so into you. I say, yeah, I am into you. Then who am I going to intervene? Because throughout my many years of life, I've been into so many. Hola, Kanchan. Hi. Nice, thank you. You know what? I missed the first. Sorry, I was just explaining on belief. So when you have this belief system that even people says that, hey, you're not good, so what are you going to do? Sit down and cry? No way, you can't do that. You have, not to yourself, you have to always give giving chance to yourself that you are the possibility, you are the creative person, you are the creator of your life. There's no way that you can allow other people's opinions make a difference to you. So when you love yourself and you know that true love is from you, these opinions will come and go, it gives you emotions, then you know how to deal with it. So belief is, first thing and foremost in self-love is deep-rooted belief in yourself. Matters the most. Without belief in yourself, it is very, 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 very difficult for you to aware, and you keep looking out for approval from, hey, I'm going to go here, I'm going to dress so well and I really hope people appreciate me. How is that going to work? You have to feel good about yourself. Without feeling good about yourself, and that is not going to invite the good vibration to you. So belief matters, okay? You will have many kind of different beliefs in this world that being given from others to you. You have a choice to choose what belief is matter to you. You have any questions? Any of you? Before I move on belief that relates to current situation or any situation that you wish to ask, you can just ask me, because this is live chat, so let's have a discussion. Hi Vishal, you're online, that's nice to know. Hello Nikita, hello Jyoti and Sukdeep. Hi Navjeet, sorry. Okay. Any questions, guys? Now I move on to the next paragraph that I wish to share it to you. Okay. The same chapter, believe within. Okay. Throughout these years, I realize how important parents are for children, which is common knowledge for us. The root belief system begins to build there and grow within us. Now, like me, a highly emotional personality, yes, I think most of you knows that I'm emotional personality. It has taken me years to understand this unconditional love. I came back to having a stepmother in my life who is always a mother or sister whom until today I found difficult to love me unconditionally because I was attracting this belief. I'm just giving you an example, okay? Yes, forgiveness and understanding plays its role to let go in wanting the love, but deep within, the belief system is not being loved unconditionally. Now, naturally we have this relationship life, all of us, we have expectation. Now I really emphasize, when we love yourself, what is so important, that when you have expectation of your partner, or even your children, that hey, they got to love me for who I am. Now when that expectation is not being met, that you feel very discouraged in loving them and you. Why? Because you're holding two vibrations, the love that you focus inside you and the love that you focus outside that. So why emphasize, when you learn to love yourself, that you fill up, you have this big, let's hold you're 5'5" and you are that weight and all those beautiful cells that's running inside you. So you need to fill that up with all those thoughts and love inside you. When you know that you're a so lovable person for you, there's no impossibility for you to have very much expectation. Of course you will have emotions of time of that person is not delivering your expectation, so what you going to do? You lash out in anger, or you feel sad, you just keep quiet. There are many things. Hi Jennifer, and hi Ramesh Jam. Hi. So when you do this, it tends to like reflect on the emotion of yourself. Then the more you vibrate, I'm not lovable, the more it comes back to you. The more you vibrate, I'm not lovable, the more it comes back to you. And then you goes on thinking like, why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? Why is this like, why am I not being loved? Oh yeah, it's been there, trust me, I've been there for years, always trying to figure out why am I not being loved. Now when I started loving myself 20 years ago, and every day I'm learning, until today I'm learning, I'm telling the truth, the next years how long I'm live on earth, it's always going to be loving myself. That's what I learned, and that's what I've always tell to everyone. Do not think that once you feel so good about your life, things getting good, once you start loving, because you're attracting good stuff, so when you're attracting good stuff, you generally start growing and growing and growing. So when you love yourself, you are vibrating, you are the carrier of that, you are the carrier of your life. You feel so good about yourself, right? So when you feel so good about yourself, no matter what's happening outside, you know how to tackle it. Yes, there are moments you firmed, you're fierce, you're really tough, but you're right, because you love yourself. So self-love is not about selfish, so when it comes to belief system, it integrates with the love inside you. Now if you believe that, I just give an example, that you have a father-in-law and you believe the father-in-law is not accepting you the way you are, okay, and when that beliefs become so concrete with inside you, so the love, you see, the law, it's all about law of attractions as well. So the love inside you is actually attracting towards that. You got me so far? Any questions? You're free to ask questions. Yeah, don't be shy. Anything? Any questions on self-love? I'm sure that you guys has been reading all kind of books, and of course on belief patterns and techniques and methods, so many things. We all learn every day to develop ourselves, right? So when through this development, we also need to know whether it's working or not. And if you know that it's not working, you still have to make effort, but that doesn't mean that you are not good enough. Now, always I'm emphasizing it, because generally 99% people in this world, they hold a belief they are not good enough. You got to overcome that. You are good enough to be who you are. It's okay you're fat, it's okay you're thin, it's okay you're dark, it's okay you're fair, it's okay you're anything, whether you got penny or you don't have it. You are rich as you are. You don't need to portray the that you have to show you are driving a Lamborghini or you're wearing a diamond ring, then you'll be accepted. No, it doesn't work. Yeah. So this is all configuration of the belief. See, self-love works so many ways. It confirms your ability. Now let's move to the next paragraph. I'm picking and choosing inside the same chapter of belief within, because it is one of the most important things. Now, my aim in sharing fine ways is developing good and correct beliefs within, when the attractions are not only for us, but it's also for the environment. We are helping Mother Nature in reducing negative powers. Do you believe that when whatever beliefs that you have, you're also initiating the power which is helping the nature to get better? Like for example, you think what's happening? Why is there is a suddenly tornado appear in Malaysia? Why is there earthquake? Because this is generating the vibration. What are human caring about themselves? If you keep carrying the, you're not loving yourself, you're not loving being where you are, you're not loving life, all these are matters to the, you are carrying, you are contributing to the planet. All right. So how does it work? Well, naturally only love works wonders. When we plant a seed with love, it grows to a beautiful tree. Every belief taken in a person creates every seed in attractions to a belief, which give perceptions that lead to actions and choices. And results happen. This all happens when we begin to believe in ourselves. We are true love of living on earth and generate much love attractions for nature and ourselves. Please, you're free to ask any question, guys. Hi Azlagi, hi. Since my belief is about existence of true love, the belief has changed a person who now believes true love is myself. Let me tell you my story. Since I lost my mom at 5, all right, when I lost my mom at 5, and you know, when you're surrounded by people who's just reminding, oh, you poor thing, you know, you're without any mom, you know, that shows you can't be loved, and you know, that kind of thing. So it gives you a different belief system about yourself, that you're always deprived of love. So guess what? That's how I grew up with, you know, thinking I'm deprived of love. And today, as I've grown the last 20 years, then I realized that, hey, my mom held me for 9 months in her stomach. That's true. But guess what? That is her call to bring me to it. But how did I came? All right, we came by ourselves. We came by our father and mother and all this one. But who is inside us? Who made us where we are? How did we grow? It wasn't our mother inside to come and said, you have to think this way. No, it's always outside. So that got me thinking, as I keep adding on to love myself, got me thinking that I'm the true love because there's a true nature of divine inside me. It's connected to me. It's inside me. I'm responsible for it. So that removed my belief that is, I am deprived of mother's love. It is difficult, you know. I know what is it like for someone who is thinking they're orphan and without parents. I know the feeling. I've been there. So I can understand and relate when you lose somebody in life, because I too have lost many. I've seen many dead since young, and it makes me feel today when I see somebody who's gone. Hi Nurul, it makes me feel, and hi Kuldeep, I feel that I'm kind of like immune to it, and I realize, and I giving thanks to the body that brought the soul in. So I practice all these things. Many people think that, you know, why I don't tear. I can't tear anymore because I see so many have gone in front of my eyes. And when that happens, so that becomes just like, I'll talk a bit about that and how does it relate with self-love. You prepare yourself. It's a journey. Many of us get that. I do too. I still do. But you got to accept it. We are temporary. Everything is temporary in life, right? So coming back to the deprived love and losing loved ones, when that happens, it definitely will shake your core of being attached. You know, this is one point, detachment, that I'm going to speak in my online summit, Giving Courage to Love. Detachment matters, and it doesn't happen immediately, because you still have many relationships that you attach. But if you keep allowing the attachment with you, when you have, especially we mothers, we have children, and we then attach, oh, what's going to happen to my kid and all that. So it reflects a lot. So how do we go to practice this? That's where you got to love yourself. You got to understand what are the beliefs you're carrying about life, how you perceive life is all about. Yeah. So when you know you lose somebody, and when you love yourself, yes, you will feel the pain. I'm with you. We'll feel the pain. Let the pain in. Let the pain go through you. Let the pain be there. You can't resist the pain because it's an emotions that you're carrying inside you. So let it through. Let it feel it through. Be thankful there, but you have to let it go. Don't hold it. I've always said, you got anger, you got love, whatever negative emotions that you have to learn to accept it there and let it be all out. It's supposed to be there for reasons for you to aware that you're holding such thing. You have to just change your belief on that. Hi Kathy and hi Jaswan, thank you for coming. So you have any questions so far in regards of self-love, or you have something to share, that you have a situation that you would like to seek my sharing, I'm more than happy to share here. Okay, before that, let me continue. You can just type in anything. Thank you. However, to have a belief that true love within us is the most challenging part as well, because of the way we've been brought into this world with much all perceptions of belief associated with it. My suggestion is to exercise the understanding true love within. That's what I'm just saying earlier. The next step is to accept the power of true love. Now, you know what? when I keep saying true love, and I told you, right, it all started from my young age when I'm told, oh, you pity you don't have mom, there's nobody's going to love you the way you are. And guess what? That's where all things start growing. When you have this kind of belief pattern from childhood, now let me just share you from age 1 until 5, the first 5 years of any child growth is so important. You know why? Because they are receiving, receptive to what is here. He's all the senses: see, hear, feel, knowing, thinking. So as parents, we are not being aware, but even myself, when I came to know, I was like, geez, I wish I would have taught my daughter more, but I'm trying my best. The 5 years belief system you have, whatever you feed, you beat your child. Hi Ian, and hi Margus, thank you for coming. You beat your child, hey, don't do this. Guess what? You keep doing the same thing to them, and that interprets into their brain. When that interprets into the brain, it becomes themselves. It evolves as their personality. So if you're going to scare them that, like me lah, oh, pity you don't have mom, you'll be lack of love. Guess what? I grew up that way. I can't blame anyone, because that's the way it is. People not aware that the 5 years, the first 5 years of child growth, it is so crucial what we speak and how we interpret in front of children. So after the first 5 years, naturally, as they are growing, you also will know that they started reacting to your say and belief. Then you'll realize, hey, it's also connected to you. And guess what? Children are the biggest reflections of us. We have not changed. It's all vibration connection between both sides. So you know how powerful belief is. So that's why when you know the true love power is you and nothing else, it's not depriving you that you cannot search for a partner. When you love yourself 100% beyond wordlessly, eternally, guess what? You will only attract the same person coming to you. But mind you, do not think this is a Shakespeare love that everyone. No. For me, personally, and being a self-love specialist and doing my PhD on it, high surrender, true love is only you. You are attracting it. You're meant to love everyone. It depends on your emotions that you're attracting to this person and that person, according to the environment, according to the roles that you're holding. So it always depends on yourself. Yeah. So let's continue. Hi. Any questions, please write on, so I know that you're listening. So let me know how am I doing. Nice to meet you, Surinda, after so long. Okay. To exercise the understanding of true love within is to gain knowledge, because we have a mind that wants us to be first aware of the truth of it. Read books that relate the true love. Meet good spiritual teachers, if you may, coaches, and anyone that can help you relate to it. Meditate to seek wisdom of opening within to receive understanding true love. Talk about true love to friends, that it itself created the vibration attractions to us to lead the path of true love. As this exercise, we begin the super important things we do finding is our mind is important to have 100% belief of true love within. The mind is full of past belief. Don't you think so? We always have past. Thank you, Ian. Love you. The mind is so full of our past belief system. That's why when you say, it's like, the famous quote, your thoughts becomes you. It's true. Your thoughts becomes you. So naturally, hi Karamjeet, thank you for coming. When your thoughts become you, guess what? That's what you are. But you know what? Don't allow the judgment pull you down. When we tend to judge, I still do. I'm judging everything. We do judge. It's just a cross pass. 60,000 thoughts keep coming and going. But how we are controlling it, it's in our hands. We got a choice to pick whether you want to be judged or you don't want to be judged. It's in your hands. Okay? So I'm coming to the last paragraph of this chapter. So it's very important to understand our mind and love our thoughts are being created, which lead us to loving ourselves more. All of us are aware positive thoughts creates positive energy. Yes? Which is the fact we know. The same goes with belief patterns as well. As per experience, we have to continuously work to understand ourselves until our last breath. This life journey is related to the belief works on true love within when we gain more as we walk with these emerging revolutions. This will help the planet to be more loving and powerful, that we are only to feel true love and positive energy creates the lifelong peace within the body and mind, and nature will continuously produce a beautiful glance to love. Yes, Ian, thank you for asking. How do you love yourself when you feel not good enough? Yes. I was explaining just now that the most general in the world, 99%, everybody has this belief pattern they are not good enough. Now, my most important thing that how my teacher has taught me, and the 3 things that I've always shared is mirror work. You got to do homework in writing and gratitude. Now, hold on a second. Okay, I brought my mirror. Everywhere I go, whenever I have my classes, I make sure I have my mirror. Now, mirror is one way that when you look into your eyes, you're actually projecting yourself. Now, I'm projecting to you, but I can't see you, right? But you see, the projections is like, when I'm talking, it's all energy and vibration. Thank you, Dr. Amini Shukla. So when I'm vibrating to you, I'm creating that vibes inside me. But you are holding that feeling you're not good enough. Now, when you do mirror work, like every morning, you wake up, you look into this and say, I love you. I really, really love you. I appreciate you. I am you. When you have this kind of continuous self-talks, this is a very powerful tool, mirror work. I know, guys, it's a bit difficult for you to hold mirror and do it in public. Doesn't make sense. But you can actually do it like when you wake up or go to sleep. Look into your eyes and say, I love you. And that is one way. Secondly, you see, we need to change here. When it comes to good enough, it's all about our upbringing. Because the school systems, our family, the environment, the society, whatever it is, it all reflects to that. So just imagine that you feel other people around you is growing so better than you, and like you feel that mixed feelings, jealousy, not good enough, it's all related together. Now, how that you can empower is you have to build that true love. You have to detach and focus inside you. Now, it is difficult, I know, but you can start with mirror work. Every morning you wake up, try to say, let's say 100 times, I love you and I love you and I love you, I love you. Say your name. Like say, Ian, I love you, Ian, I love you, Ian. You know, you keep saying that to yourself. So when you keep doing that, you are embedding all in. You know, the thing is, when we drive the car, so when we drive the car and we have somebody next to us on a passenger list, so we'll be talking, yeah, but you know your destination. Guess what? 90% of your brain subconscious is embedded habit, right? So when it's embedded habit, your 10% is consciously you're talking, and suddenly you know there's a traffic light you hold and you turn left or right and you reach your destination. So guess what? Ta-da, you're there. So what does that? That's very normal to us, right? That is our habit. Yes. So that is, yes, yeah, true. That is our habit. So when we embed this self-love and believing we are the true love and we are good enough and here we go, you will have all the commotions in front of you, but you have these things running. It's more powerful than the outside. So what is self-love? Creating the full power that you are. Evolve every moment. You will be evolve and evolve and evolve and evolve. It doesn't matter anybody speaks to you. And guess what? That energy, that vibrations will like, it just keep coming to you as a part of you, co-creating with you your moments, giving you ideas, giving you the freedom to be who you are. You don't really bother what people are going to say you, but you want to be good enough to be yourself. So how, Ian? Am I getting there, right? Now let me give you the second one. The second one is about writing affirmations. Now this is the 3 common most important foundation basic which I always share to people. You got to write. Get a book for yourself. You have to go back to school because our brain is computer. What you write, what you say is just going in with it. So you got to write, I love myself unconditionally. I appreciate myself unconditionally. You keep doing this, writing, whether morning or evening, any time of the day. When you do this, you're feeding. You got to feed yourself all the time. When you're feeding all this affirmation in yourself, you're building your energy. You're building yourself up. And guess what? You'll come to know, hey, why is this emotion is here? Why is this happening? Then you go back and find out why is it happening. Now that's second. The third one is gratitude. Gratitude is so important, super important. If you're not thankful, we will say, oh, I need to have 1,000 ringgit in my pocket, then I'm very thankful to live my life. How is that possible when you give a condition to yourself? You are the one who's creating the condition. You get what I'm saying? We got to be happy even we just have 1 cent in our pocket. Why am I bringing money? Because many people think that money is the thing that we need to be happy about. It can be, yes, it gives you tool to buy things what you want, to buy whatever you makes you feel, to help another person, your family and all that. But when you have this belief that I'm happy what I have now, it gives greater. That's one, gratitude you're creating. Number 2, you should be gratitude that you have eyes, ears, nose, lips, teeth to eat, hair that makes you look who you are, hands to move, legs to walk, your whole body. And when you wake up, you get up and you sit and you say, okay, yay, I'm breathing, I'm thankful for the breath. And it's like your family with you. You thank to have a husband or wife, you thank to have a child. We tend to take granted for all these things that we don't know that this is a most important gratitude. So gratitude is the third. Once you exercise these 3 things, you're building up your foundation. Do it for the 3 months the most to really feel that, yes. Mostly when I coach anyone, it takes 7 days to see the change, to understand how the self-love works. But for concrete self-love, it's like to concrete yourself. I'm not saying you're not full of self, you are. You just need to align 100% to your source inside you, work as co-created. So when you do that, 3 months you work on yourself, you see where is it going. You will start changing the next affirmation. You keep changing your affirmation. Now coming back to good enough, every day you write, you speak to yourself, I am good enough. I am good enough. I am good enough. I feel good to be enough. I appreciate myself to be good enough. I love myself to be good enough. So you keep creative with your words. When you do creative, you are inventing more creations inside you. So that's what good enough is all about. I hope I answered you, Ian. That's 3 and the basic one. So you can really have more. Alright? So that's the end of the chapter. And anyone have any more questions? Hi. Question. So easy for us to, we have another half an hour to go. So any more questions? Kanchan, how are you? How do you think it is? Good? Good? Hopefully you're really enjoying it. So coming back to belief patterns. The most common, another belief that I know, beside good enough, I believe I'm in lack. This is chapter I have written a lot in my book, Life is a Gift. When you have belief you're lack, I believe 100% in the world have this belief called lack. You always feel you're in lack in life. That relates to gratitude, The more you practice gratitude, and the more you are actually removing your lackness belief patterns. Now if you believe that, oh, I don't have enough, which is relates to not good enough to you, because when you don't believe you're good enough, so you realize you don't have enough. So when you believe that you're lack, you see everything lack in life. There are times you come, oh, the fridge is full, and then suddenly you say, oh, it's empty, I'm lack. So when you come on this lackness belief that is running in our back of mind, it also means that your lack of loving the person that you are. So you need to create the full belief that there's nothing lack. It's more than enough for you to live in this world, in this current present moment. As you love yourself, you understand the presence is so important. The presence, how you fill it up, the thoughts you feel, is like an ingredient. It's like the other day when I was doing my shooting with Dr. Jane, she's so full of love, and I'm just love what she was talking about. It's amazing to see with the speakers. And when I looked, and she was talking about the 9 ingredients, was written by one of a guy which I forgot the name, which is so important as part of the loving the self. And it's just like the cake. When you want to bake a cake or you want to cook anything, you have to make sure your ingredients is there, right on. So when you know the ingredients is there, and you just like ensure that this is adequate as it is. But you see, when it comes to cake, physically it's all like adequate informations or requirements, but when it comes to the self, there's no adequacy that you can relate to. It all depends of your senses towards that. So what I believe, that how you want to create your life is just like a cake, you know, that you want your cake to be sweet, or you want your cake to be not so sweet, or you want your cake to be colorful, or you want a cake to be nutty taste. It's all depend on your feelings. So similarly, that's how we look at life is all about. So that is part of lack, which you got to remove, and believe that self-love is just about fulfilling you all the way of loving and loving and loving yourself. And you know, it's like whole life for me, it's like I don't even know these things called hugging myself. When I started practicing of loving myself, and I know that hugging myself is so important, and I keep doing this. Karam, I love you. Karam, I love you. Karam, you're good enough. Karam is great. You're doing well. It's okay. You didn't do this, so what? Karam, that's great. Karam, everything is love. Karam, that is awesome. Karam, it's beautiful. Nobody is going to feed you with that expectation what you think that you have a void, you expecting another person to love you. Nobody is going to feed you that. I 100% assure you this. And that's why I'm doing my PhD. You got to feed yourself all the time with the thoughts, the feelings you feel inside you, how you carry yourself, how you carry yourself in everywhere you go, the roles that you're holding. What kind of roles? How do you see yourself? You have so many roles. As a wife, as a husband, as a father, as a mother, as a brother, as a sister, as a boss, as a colleague. So many roles we are holding, yeah? So how do we play these roles very well? It's all related to the love that you have, the confidence. Again, self-love is also about confidence. You don't go out seeking for confidence. Once you love yourself, it's just that. You know you're willing to take the chance. If you think you can't do it, you will do it. If it doesn't happen, you try again. There's no such thing of giving up. If somebody scolds you in public, or someone says something here to me now, how would I react? Oh Karam, you're a faker. Oh Karam, so what would I relate? How would I do it? I'll say, okay, thank you. There's something I'm reflecting here. I got to work on myself. That's how I look at it. So we need to relate to that all the time, the roles to ourselves. Are we going to allow that, the other side, to make us look down? Or are we going to allow ourselves to look better than where we are? Right? Any question, guys? Any questions? I'm still on here for the next, let me see. What time is it now? I think it's about, yeah, another 20 minutes. So you have any questions, that'd be great. Thank you for coming online and hearing my first FB live. Actually, I got the link and the link are different. Hi Reno, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. Now, I was speaking to you about lack. How many of you will agree to me that being lack in our life is actually really making us aware that we are not good enough? If you can comment on this if you believe in this. You have to overcome your feelings of lackness most of the time. Alright, so before I move on, let's say I want to share you another chapter from my book, Truly Love Within. Okay, this is the chapter that, now, never fear losing love. We all do, don't we? Let me read the first one. My biggest fear was losing love in life. This fear has made a tremendous impact on the journey throughout my life. I had insecurity of love because of my childhood experience. I can imagine the feeling of being an orphan when there is nobody you can feel and get genuine love for. I was just telling you guys just now. As for me, I have a family who don't love me in their ways, but because of her mind, perception, beliefs and reflections I received, it made me believe that I'm not worthy to be loved. Worthy to be loved. Very powerful statement. I have carried this tag along throughout my life. I'm not worthy of love and I have to care for myself. Who is there for me? And I make sure that I'm there for them too. Now we all know that we give love. There's somewhere inside us that we wish to receive as love as well. But what I have learned along the way, that love is unconditional when we give. We don't have expectation that makes us stronger by ourselves within the love soul to power through love within. Now, this chapter never fear losing love. I am super sure most of you have these feelings of fear of losing love. And I'm not saying we can't, we will until the day we are gone. But how do you relate to your day-to-day activity? How are you going to make it you aware that never fear of losing love? It's not about being lesser than where you are. And there was a moment when I was speaking to one of my speakers recently, the topic of losing loved one. In current stage that during this COVID pandemic, and many people has suddenly lost their loved one, suddenly, and sometimes they can't even be there with them because of the restrictions and all that. So can you just empathy and understand how that feeling is? And I know it's most of us is also we are here. And hi Madhavi. So when we empathy, we will suddenly lose our loved one. It's the shock just coming to us. So how are we going to relate to that? That's where the self-love work, it's where that you need to console yourself. You get consoling from other people's, but most important, how do you console yourself? Now when you love yourself, the fear that when you've been ripped off and loosed, you tend to become a person who's numb, emotion that is numb. You get pain, you get the feeling of like, I didn't deserve this person's love, this divine has taken me. But they accept, and some of them has gone during either illness or accident or anything. How do you work with that? So my book, when I share about never fear losing love, when you love yourself and you believe you're true love, there's possibility of you to handle yourself in better sense, to pick up your life. You have to move on. You have to create that space for you to heal and yet to move in the daily life, especially on the current state. Many of the family in the world had this sudden thing and they just do not know how to relate. So for me, it's what I do. I pray and I understand that the vibrations we can create for them is to pray for them as well. But to create never fear losing the love is by being aware you are empowered. You have accepted. Give time for everything in life. When you give time, that's where you begin to understand that this is all working as it is. Hi, so thank you Madhavi for coming. So is there any questions in regard to self-love or situations that you guys would love to share? Because I'm going to move off in about 10 minutes time. Any questions? I shall continue for the next topic. Have you guys had your tea? Now is the tea time. Right? Okay. I'm just going to talk about joy a bit. I started seeking the answer of feeling joy. Joy pumped up my blood. That was my first start. Only joy opened my heart in understanding the meaning of loving truly, love deeply, fully, and completely. As the joy of oneness, loving true self began, there is much experience that come in blast and blown away and so forth. But I let it be nourished each experience by creating joy within. And I turned into what made me happy in the moment. For the first, I left the divine for this work. So now, you know what? Some of us says that, why is it so difficult to be happy? We put happiness as a term of price. And actually when you love yourself, you tend to be happy the way you are. Sometimes you kind of get okay, you have in a moment of like zen. But when you love yourself, the happiness just be so natural inside you. And loving the way you are, the more happier you are, you kind of being free the way you are. When you speak to somebody, when you're being with someone, and it's like, hey, this is me, and yeah, I'm allowing you to be you. But if it's just some certain things that I'm not happy, then I'm like, okay, thank you, I'm not here to judge the way you are, but I'll just love the way I am. So when the joy feelings arise inside you, the freedom to be who you are, which is loving to be who you are, it incorporates the whole perceptions of life, how you deliver towards life. It is. So my sharing, it's all about really, really loving yourself completely, fully, and wholly. and it's only you are responsible for that. And I know you can do it, because when I can, you too can. And you know, when we have our children with us, we are responsible for their growth as well. So I've always shared this to parents, that please make sure that you teach your child to love themselves, because when you teach them to love themselves, you are teaching yourself to love yourself more. And you know what, as they grow up, they understand that, hey, my mom, my dad taught me this, and it matters. You know, when that happens, you get even more empowered for yourself. The journey of relationship in life is all about connecting of love, one to do. It goes on, it never ends. It's like you'll be seeing a circle of life from A to Z comes and goes all the time. So I'm going to leave in, let's say, 3 minutes. So any of you have any questions, it's been my first privilege to be in Facebook Live. Thank you for coming online. And again, this is my book. If any of you interested to have True Love Me Within, True Love Within, and of course Calling Earth Angel, this is also my second book. So you can just PM me, or you can get in my clinic. So before I move on, I would like to share, this is my 4th book, Life is a Gift, Loving You, and it's coming on board, and it's coming alive by July. I'm very excited. I just got my edited manuscript completed, so I would appreciate if any of you would like to buy. And we have 18 of us on board, and this book is all about self-love. And I have put more methods and more insights of how self-love is going to work. And the rest of our authors as well have shared their inspiration of how self-love is going to work. Yeah. So look forward for the date of my Life is a Gift, Loving You. And before I leave, we are still opening our participants for my event, which I initiated, Giving Courage to Love, with the 10 authors. And these authors are really great and inspiring, and they have really given their good ways of giving you inspirations that where you can see how to go beyond than where you are. My topic is you can make it happen, so you definitely will able to learn more from that. So I hope that you guys interested, you know, and it's very affordable because I made it affordable for everyone to join Giving Courage to Love Summit, because you know, at the current stage, everybody has these fears around losing their jobs and so many things. So here I have incorporated with all these authors to really share the inspirations, the insight and matters to help you to move on, and instead of being stuck than where you are. Okay, so my show has come to the end, and I'm thankful for you to come, and I'm really grateful to you for your presence, and also for listening to me for the last 1 hour, for those of you in and out. Thank you so much. I'll see you I'll have the next tea chat. That will be next month, so I'll let you know the date. Blessings of love. Please love yourself, give lots of comfort and ease to yourself. That's the joy of life. Signing off. Bye.